What is up, guys? It is I, Smooth here, and look at this. I haven't done one of these yet. I kind of wanted to give my input, so that's what I'm gonna do, right? So let me just get started off with saying I appreciate all the support. I see y'all. I've decided I will probably be doing a face cam at 1,000 subscribers. So if you want to see face cam, go ahead, drop me a sub, like up the videos. The sooner we get there, the sooner you all get face cam. I think 1,000's a good number. Whenever that happens, if that happens, yep, that's when I'll do it. So, get this straight out the way. This is a tier list, right? Of course, it's not 100%. Like, I'm not 100% right. If you want to put down in the comments, let me know, like, what you would change. If you tell me, you might be able to convince me. I'd be like, yeah, sure, that makes sense, whatever. So just let me know what you think. This is just what I think personally on the tier list. This is the top 10 units. I did do this beforehand. You can see the tabs up here. Hopefully you don't get completely spoiled, but I did tier them out in like a way that I think the colors, the same color means they can be switched around. So let's just start off with honorable mentions, right? I put these four in honorable mentions. There might be some other ones that might be up here if they were in better situations or just up here in general, but I do think that Vegeta and Trunks, this Gohan is still pretty good. The Bird and Ultimate Gohan, I do think they deserve to be on at least mentioned on the list somewhere, right? So here they are. So, at number 10, we got this guy right here, right? This Goku. Carnival Goku from the 8th anniversary part 2. Now, number 10, right? The reason I have him above Vegeta and Trunks is Vegeta and Trunks are very good, but I do think he is above them. They basically do the same thing a little bit. Depending on the situation, he can tank better than Vegeta and Trunks, but they can tank better than him too. But he does get this heal. This heal right here, this is crazy, right? He also survives the KO attack, but that's whatever. But he gets the heal. So, and the nullification. He gets the nullification. He gets this heal right here. And that is the reason I think that he's better than Vegeta and Trunks. Those two things, he's still guarding. He has a solid link set. I'm not gonna say it's crazy, but it's solid. All in the family defense, right? Just he has just these different links. Obviously, in fighters, Z fighters, that's not the greatest Goku links, but it is what it is. So we'll put him at number 10, right? I think he deserves it. He stacks on 18 key. He's good. So next after that, we got Gogeta. So this Gogeta right here. I can just X out of him. This Gogeta. Where is he at? I don't know. Now, I'm not going to put Vegito and Gogeta in the same slot. They are slightly different, although I do think they are pretty much the same units, but they are in the same tier. Again, these ones I think you can move them around pretty much anyway, and I wouldn't like say anything crazy, you know what I mean? So Gogeta, right? He's base, he's okay. You put him in slot 3, he gets the evasion. Let me make sure it's on the easy A. 'Cause he gets the, here we go. He gets the additional attack with a great chance to become a super, and he guaranteed additionals, and also has that great chance of evading, 70% chance. We all know that's good if he's in slot 3. Obviously, once you pull out the big boy, guaranteed dodge. That is crazy. And he does a lot of damage with his additionals, his super effective, his crits. So, and obviously, active turn. You put him in slot 3, he gets the 70% chance to dodge. Then you put him in slot 1 or 2, he does all his attacks with guaranteed crits. It's crazy, right? The reason he is below this next unit is because defensively he doesn't hold up as much as this next unit, and I'll just throw this out there now because why not? So the next one, Vegito, right? Vegito. They're the same unit, but let's go over to Vegito. You know, I think he's just better. They're essentially the same, but I do think the Vegito is a little bit better. Mainly because, I mean, obviously this is the exact same passive, right? Exact same. Once you go this guy though, he can super a lot of times, so he builds up his defense real quick. All right, I had to do a quick cut. He builds up his defense real quick, right? He gets his super attacks. And look at this. Look at this. People forget about this. He greatly raised his defense, right? And he can do what? He can do 6 attacks, I think, when he has 24 key or active. Because he gets his normal one. He gets a guaranteed additional. Yeah, I think he gets 6 with his active. So yeah, you give this guy full crit. He has like a 60% chance or a 50 to 60% chance if you gave him the right build. I will say Vegito with crit is the right build. I'm just going to say he does so many additionals. Having more crit is better. That's how it is. But yeah, he should have at least a 50% chance to crit. So he'll be doing similar levels of damage to Gogeta while also having just superior defense. Like he just has superior defense. There's no like he might like with his attack. Like his attack, usually Gogeta will probably do more damage, but he has better defense straight up. Better defense. So the next unit on the list, which is kind of crazy to say that he is this low, but we'll go to it. I have the Z Duo, right? Get over here, the Z Duo. So, the Z Duo. What are they doing so low on this list? They can get blown up. Simply put, they can just get blown up. You know, 8th anniversary units on global, they just dropped like almost 2 months ago. First 2 turns, it is what it is, man. They can be good on their second appearance sometimes, but they can get blasted easily. But other than that, they do great damage. They stack. They, I mean, they have their 50% chance to crit right here. They get the guaranteed additionals, of course. Then they have a great chance. I wish this was just guaranteed, but I see why they did that. It's there. And then, of course, you go into their standby, and they're untouchable in standby. They cannot be hurt most of the time in standby. I would argue that straight up, their standby untouchable. And of course, they nuke. Once you pull out the spirit bomb, you get all the orbs. You send the nuke down. The enemy blows up. And then if they don't blow up, you revert back to this guy or these guys, right? And they do a ton of damage. 10 mil, whatever mil, whatever mil, whatever mil, right? Because they do like 4 attacks almost all the time for me. So that's why they're there. But their weakness, they can get blown up turn 1 and 2. That's just what it is. So the next one. This is where we get into dangerous territory for me, right? This is where I believe like it's gonna be getting crazy. Okay, here it is. Bam. 6. I just put my hands up. Like I just put my hands up. What can I say? 6. Now you may be asking, who's above him? I mean, you know, we'll just put the ones above him. We'll do that right now. I have Vegito here, and I have Zamasu, wherever Zamasu is, right here. That's my 6, 4, 5, and 6. Now, why Goku? Why is Goku below the Vegito? So first, this guy does solid damage, and his defense obviously in slot 1 is really good. But I just think Vegito's is better. Like with the guard, the dodge, it's not by much. That's why, again, look at the list. These ones are all interchangeable. It's not by much. I do think these guys aren't really interchangeable with these ones, but I think these 3 can be maybe swapped around. Maybe I should have put Zamasu up because I do think Zamasu is better than Vegito. So maybe I should have put Zamasu like red, but maybe we'll see. We'll see. When the celebration comes to a conclusion, I might agree that Zamasu could be up here in this tier because his team just needs help. It's a villain team. Like you guys should know at this point what villain teams are. It's a villain team. So back to Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? Really good unit. He gets hit 4, 5 times. Is it 4 times? It's 5 times. He gets hit 5 times. You go into Oob. Now Oob is great. He is essentially the base Goku in the Spirit Bomb with the Goku and Vegeta, the Z duo. Can't get hurt, but he does this. He supports 3 key and 70% defense. 3 key and 70% defense. All allies. That is good. That is good. So he is crazy. And then of course you get the orbs. He orb changes. You go this, right? So you evolve into full power. I have not whenever I'm using this unit, I have not seen this one time. I've always gotten the evolving into full power every single time I've used this unit. I've not had one issue with it. Then you get this Oob around turn 3, turn 5. If you're lucky, it's turn 3, but a lot of times you get him out turn 5, and then turn 7 is super full power, which is fantastic unit. Not only does he recover 77% HP, which is huge, that's almost a full heal. Pretty much wherever you're at, you'll be almost fully healed, right? He has his guard, he has his guaranteed crits. He throws out like a 25 million attack set with that's guaranteed crit. You build him full additional, which you should. Global players, you should. Whenever he comes out, it'll be weird because we know that the games are catching up. It'll be weird. Give him additional. He'll do his additional. It's like a 25 mil first attack, like 19, 20 mil second attack, right? Crazy. Guaranteed crits. And then of course he has his all the other good stuff, right? And this unit is really good. So why did I put Vegito above him? I just think with the entrance animation active, he's guarding and he's evading. He's doing 2 defensive things. The other Goku, he has damage reduction and high defense. This guy, they have good defense. They stack. Oh, why I didn't do that? They stack, right? They have the guard, they have the evasion, and they can be super effective against Rama gods. I mean, that's right now hard fights are Rama gods, but later on, I mean, probably not. But for right now, they have super effective against most of the hard fights except Omega, and they're doing their thing. Now, Vegito himself, we all know Vegito himself is not the problem. VB, this guy right here, is not the issue with this unit. My issue with this unit is this. This is my issue with the unit, is the condition. It's because it's from the 5th turn, from start of turn instead of start of battle. If it was start of battle, we'd be cooking. But I also don't like this part plus this part. So one or the other, sure. Start a battle. Like if they made it just they transform turn 5, that's it. From start of battle, amazing unit. Amazing unit. They move up like 2, 3 spots, right? But that's my issue with the unit, is mainly just the active condition. Could be better. It could. But it's probably not going to get changed. I don't think they change active conditions, so we have to deal with it. But yes, unit does get fraudulent once the entrance runs out. And they don't have Vegito. You can't transform into Vegito. Yes, they're fraudulent. It is what it is. But I do think overall they are above Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but it's not by a ton. So the next one, right? Zamasu. Because right here, if we go back to the list, he's at 4. Now this guy is real good. Real good. He has straight up 40% damage reduction. You get the entrance animation, he has 20% damage reduction, so that's 60, right? And then oh no, 20 and 20. So yeah, there it is. I was looking for the other 20% because I know it's 80, but yeah, they get 80% damage reduction turn 1, then it goes down, then it goes down again. But this guy, turn 1, he's untouchable. Any hard event, right away, untouchable first turn. Second turn, he's not obviously as untouchable, but he's still very good defensively. You have him with his links now with AGL Zamasu, who just easy aid, by the way. Great easy aid. They did a fantastic job. He gets a chance to crit. Then he gets this, which, it's fine. But, yeah. Launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming super. Same turn after receiving an attack. So if you run him in slot 1, he can get 3 super attacks. This is just a very well-designed unit. They do need, other than the name, they should change the name. Shout out Akatsuki, please. Fusion Zamasu, half corrupted, Fusion Zamasu, corrupted, corrupted, Fusion Zamasu, whatever. Change it, please. I want to run the int one too. Then he pulls out his domain, right? It's for 5 turns, but it's the same problem with Vegito. I don't like the condition. It's not a great condition in my opinion. It could be better. But once you get the Infinite Zamasu out, you increase damage received by superclass enemies and allies by 30%. That's cool. But you get to this. Nullifies all attacks. No matter what attack, you're not getting hit as Infinite Zamasu, which is great. Then he also supports Global Chaos allies defense plus 60. That is fantastic. I really like what they did. Obviously, you just don't run any superclass allies and you're good. And also, you have to be going against a superclass enemy for the other person to matter. But either way, he's not getting touched. He cannot get hit. And he orb changes slightly. And it's not rainbow orb changing, but it's fine. And then you get the support. So that's why I have him at 4. Really good unit. Again, at the end of the celebration, we get a Part 2 Carnival LR Rose. Like, or Goku Black, Rose, whatever. Part 2. And he's like up here with him. And he has AGL Zamasu as another partner. So one rotation, you run this guy, AGL Zamasu, and then this guy, the new Carnival Rose or Goku Black if we get him. The team will be cooking. Then we're looking much better team-wise. I might even put him up a spot or 2 as well. So, let's get this out the way, right? We'll get to the third one, Piccolo. Now this is this has been argued for ages, centuries. So again, we'll just do the same thing. Actually, no, we won't. We won't. I lied. We'll leave Piccolo here. Just Piccolo. We'll talk about him. Do I have to say? I love using the superhero team. Double Piccolo. You get the guard for 3 turns, which I wish it was 4 so you could float him if you had issues. The same thing with Ultimate Gohan. Like, if you don't have good rotations, you might need to float him. But they don't give you the passive or the entrance animation to float. You can't float him. So obviously this unit's good. Damage reduction, he gets the heal, 30% or less. That's really hard to get. I don't see this very often, but it can happen, and it's really good when it does. He has key support. You're running in slot 1 most of the time anyway, so I'm just say a key support. It's just, really good unit. Then the active. Full superhero team 3rd turn, or 1 enemy 6th turn. Yeah, it's good. You go in a giant. Now he can't super attack you, and the debuffs get like reset or switched or whatever. We all know it's good. No super attacks. He guards the whole rotation. They most of the time cannot be hurt. So let's just go straight in. Let's go to the next one. Number 2. I gotta find them. I know who it is. There they are. GT Duo. Now, why do I like the GT Duo more than Piccolo, but less than number 1? I'm sure you know who number 1 is. So we'll just right. That's who I have as number 1. Bulma. Crazy. So GT Duo. Let's go back to GT Duo. We know what they do at this point, right? It's 8th anniversary. Tons of additionals. 50% damage reduction. A lot of damage. Greatly stacking attack. They raise defense. They're really good in slot 2. Can't really be hurt too bad. Then, of course, you get the standby. You get hit 4 times. Or you're under 50% HP. And you get this, right? We know how crazy the standby is. A nuke, if you've a stacked attack a ton. Key plus 8 plus 80% HP. That is crazy. That's a huge buff. I mean, yes, this character dies instantly, but that's the point, right? So you get a huge support buff. Then you do a nuke. Then you recover 100% HP. You could be at 1% HP, pop this guy, and then you die. Then you're at 100 while also sending off this nuclear bomb of a spirit bomb. And it's just good. It's a good design, right? So they did a real good job. It's another unit that protects the whole rotation. And I'm a fan. This is probably one of my favorite units in the game right now. I really enjoy using them all the time. Good pretty much on every team they're on. Now let's go to number one. Bulma, Bulma, Bulma. Now why is Bulma number one, you ask? Well, entrance animation. Doesn't do anything. But high chance to perform a crit. Greatly raises attack and defense. Greatly raises attack and defense. So guaranteed crit, or not guaranteed crit, 50% chance to crit. Guarding attacks for 7 turns, which is really good. That is a fair amount of turns. You can beat most of the events in the game in 7 turns, except maybe Omega. But in the last phase, we'll get to that. We'll get to that, right? Or Rainbow Orb changes, reduces damage received by 7% at the start of each turn, nukes per key sphere while also Rainbow Orb changing. And then we get to the crazy stuff, right? I mean, this is cool. This isn't the crazy thing. But we get to this. All allies, key 3, attacking defense plus 37% for 2 turns with 5 or more. That is a fantastic support. She is essentially, you're going to be running her on rotation. So she is supporting the entire team the whole way through the fights. The entire team. And she has the additional with 7 or more, right? But she just does so much for the entire team. She has a presence the entire fight through the whole way. Yes, Piccolo in the GT duo, they protect 1 rotation. 2 if you bring them as leader. Piccolo is more 2, but we'll just say for this, like, it's 1 right now, right? But yeah, they protect the whole entire rotation 1 time. But Bulma is I just think with her support, I guess supporting the whole team the entire way through the fight is it's just a lot, man. It's 3 key too. 3 key is good. That's for some units that is almost necessary. Like if you bring Ulton on the team, you can run her on villain teams. I've seen on Twitter people run her off lead and she still does work and she doesn't die instantly. So yeah, that is my list. I just wanted to talk about it. I've been seeing a few lists here and there. This is my interpretation. Again, let me know in the comments if you'd switch anything. Again, these units in the same color, I would think they're in like the same tier of unit. Obviously, a lot of these are like S plus Z tier units, but in terms of this list right here, interchangeable with the colors, and I wouldn't really have anything to say. But let me know your opinions down below. Also, again, please subscribe to the channel, like the videos. With that, I am out.